Hi and welcome to Pretty Scary. This is Charlotte here and I'm on the third and final part of my creepy Christmas series. Today it's half tree, half person, spirity, zombie-ish thing. Now normally I have a pretty clear plan in my head of what I'm going to do for makeup, but today as I'm doing a tree I thought I'd be organic about it and see how it goes. Loosely translated as I've been so busy and I've had so many curveballs thrown at me recently that I don't have a plan in place, so I'm winging it. The previous two Christmas looks you will have seen so far are Jack Frost and Krampus. I hope you liked them. You may notice that I'm looking slightly blonder today. I do not have roots for the first time in probably about a year, which is pretty ironic seeing as I'm turning myself into a tree today. Anyway, so I am going to stick on some Christmas music because it's got to be Christmas music, not 80s music, and I'm going to begin. Take an eyeliner and sketch out your design. You can do your tree design any way you want. I'm obviously just doing half my face as a tree. Now I started drawing in the knots of the tree, then realised I was going to paint over it anyway. So I'm painting over it with water-based brown face paint. And don't forget to paint your ear too. And then just taking some bendy armature wire and wrapping it in surgical tape. You will then paint that brown using the same face paint. You'll see why later. Incidentally, a tip for you, if you need to use tape in any kind of makeup, it's a good idea to use surgical tape because it is skin safe and it also adheres to the contours of the face a lot better than something like masking tape. Now I was just working out where my tinsel was going to go then, and I'm just clipping it into my hair. And then taking some latex soaked cotton wool, which you saw me preparing there, I'm just putting that over to stick the tinsel to my face, but I also put it in my hair. Not a good idea. So just sticking the rest of the tinsel. The idea being is that the tinsel looks like it's kind of growing out of the tree. So basically this tree's kind of overtaking your face and everything's all sort of mushed in together and all nasty and monstery. So, oops, I think that one fell off there. So yeah, so that's the basic idea. Again, just do whatever you would like with your design. You don't have to do exactly the same thing as me. And it will take a little bit of drying with a hairdryer. You just saw a snapshot of me doing that there. But yeah, it will take a little bit of drying, just to warn you. And you can also create sort of knots in the tree and kind of gnarly bits and bits to look like branch, basically. While you're waiting for that to dry, you can do the other half of your face. So I'm just doing a basic beauty look on the other half. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going over with some foundation and powder. And then I'm just going to do a very basic smoky eye and a nice red lip, which you will see me doing in just a moment. I'm not showing this in too much detail because there's other tutorials for smoky eyes and that kind of thing on my channel. This is more about the special effects side. And I think you can more or less get the gist of what I'm doing here. Right, and back to the special effects side, taking some dark brown grease paint and some lighter brown grease paint. I'm just going over all the dried latex areas. Grease paint is better for painting over latex because it just adheres better to the latex. Now I'm just painting some extra tree roots just to give it a bit more of an organic feel. And going over with some darker grease paint. It's all about kind of adding texture and shading and that kind of thing. Now onto the hair. I'm bending that armature wire you saw earlier around a bun donut. This is great for this kind of thing because it's nice and soft and you can really kind of go to town with adding your tree bits into this, which is basically what this is, if you were probably wondering earlier. And then I'm just gripping that into my hair, and now it's time to add some light. Now I'm not going to lie, it was quite difficult to attach the battery pack because it was quite heavy. I had to use quite a lot of grips and clips, so you can maybe try looking for one with a slightly lighter battery pack than I used, or you can just use lots of grips like I did. It is doable. And then I just wrapped the light around the twig bits, used some surgical tape just to adhere any little bits that wouldn't stay up. And then I basically just wrapped my hair around and pinned it. So you can do this any way you want, just make sure that you cover up the bun donut and the battery pack and everything like that. An alternative way to do this, if you find it a little bit fiddly, is to create this bit onto an actual hair piece and then attach that onto your hair afterwards, or get somebody to help you out. Now I just attached some baubles with some grips. I just put the grips through the bit where the thread would normally go through to hang it on your tree, and just clipped it into my hair. And I also stuck one on my neck as well, but as you will see later on, it did actually fall off, and I left it off, to be honest, because it did look a bit crap, if I'm perfectly honest. So now just fiddling around with the look just to get it exactly how I want it. Just adding a few more tree branches, a little bit more shading, just filling in my lips there because I didn't do those earlier. Red, obviously, because red is a Christmas colour. And then I'm just painting over that surgical tape with some water-based face paint, and then just going over the whole of the look with that same water-based light coloured brown face paint, just to give a little bit of a highlight and to show the raised 3D areas. And then I'm just going in with some dark brown and black grease paint. One of my favourite songs on there, which is By the Darkness, Christmas time. I love it. And I did used to have a crush on Justin Hawkins. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, I'm just going in with some dark brown and black grease paint to add dimension to those 3D areas and some shading. Just put my Christmas lights on. Ta-da! Towards the end of this, I felt like there was something missing, but I realised it was some dark shading to make the tree part look more branch-like. You could say I got to the root of the problem. Maybe rather than running a YouTube channel, I should write jokes for crackers, because that's about all my jokes are good for.